Hello ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to this video. A very warm welcome to another video of mine. Well, today I'm gonna talk about the planet Mars. The planet Mars is gonna change its zodiac sign on the 22nd of October 2021, and it is gonna move into the Libra sign. And on the 5th of December, it will move into the Scorpio sign. So the planet Mars is gonna be in the Libra sign until the 5th of December 2021. So during this time, the planet Mars will be throwing its fourth aspect on the Capricorn sign, which is its exalted sign, hence making that house powerful, and it will be throwing its aspect on the seventh house. I mean the Aries sign, and that house also will get strengthened by the aspect of the planet Mars. But one aspect of Mars can help you overcome your fears at this point in time, and that aspect of Mars is the eighth aspect. The planet Mars has three aspects: fourth, seventh, and eighth. Though the fourth aspect and the seventh aspect would be very powerful and it would be beneficial for people, but the eighth aspect will be the crucial one, which will help you to conquer your fears. Before I start telling you all about this planet Mars, I wanna ask you all a question. I wanna ask you all, have you all seen a football game? Yes, the majority of us have seen a football game in our lives. Have you all seen the players there? If any opponent blocks a player and the player falls down, he doesn't go and complain. That player who has fallen down doesn't say that I won't play football any longer. He gets up and starts playing once again. He doesn't stop there. I mean, that foul or that fall doesn't stop him from playing that game of football. If that player stops playing for the fear of falling, then he wouldn't be able to play football. For a footballer, his dream, his goal, his life is that football field. And if he starts fearing that fall, that foul, that injury, then he will never be able to live his dreams. He will never be able to fulfill his goals and dreams of his life. In other words, that fear doesn't stop him from moving forward in his life. It doesn't stop him from playing that football match in which he wants to move forward and win. He doesn't start grumbling. He doesn't start complaining. He doesn't start moaning and groaning that, oh, I fell down, hence I wouldn't play football any longer. Instead, he gets up on the ground and starts to run once again. By that same token, this particular Mars, I mean the eighth aspect of Mars, is gonna make you fearless at this point in time. It is gonna make you relentless at this point in time. You would want to move forward in your life at any cost, and you would want to win at every point in your life at this point in time. It will give you the courage, the strength, the power to move forward in your life. It is going to give you the energy, the wisdom, the intelligence to move forward in life at this particular moment. It doesn't matter how many times you fall down in your life. What matters is how many times you get back up. If you fight, you won't always win. But if you don't fight, you will always lose. So, if you are facing any sort of adversity, if you are facing any sort of setbacks, if you are facing any sort of challenges in your life, you are gonna get up and start fighting in your life once again. This eighth aspect of Mars on the Taurus sign has a very similar story. It doesn't want to stop. It is a fiery planet and it wants to move forward at any cost. Mars is a commander, Mars is a general, and he wants to conquer his enemies. He wants to make sure that he wins at all costs. Life is a fight for territory, and once you stop fighting for what you want, the things which you don't want will automatically take over. So Mars tells you to keep on fighting. and keep fighting for what you want. Because if you don't fight for what you want, the things which you don't want will appear in your life automatically. For example, if you want a good health, then you must keep on exercising. You must keep on doing some exercises, some physical work, some mental work at every point in time. You must have a control on your eating and drinking habits. So in a way, you are fighting to keep your health. And if you don't follow that regimen, that health regimen, if you start eating anything and everything, if you don't count the calories before you eat that particular food or that drink, then you are bound to fall ill at some point in time. So basically, when you are exercising, when you are involved in a physical activity, when you are controlling your eating and drinking habits, you are fighting for your health. And if you stop this, then you are bound to fall ill at some point in time. So it is wise, it is prudent for you to keep on fighting for what you want. Whatever you get in life, you have to fight for it. You have to fight tooth and nail for it. Nothing is gonna come on a platter for you. And exactly this is what the planet Mars teaches us. This eighth aspect of Mars is gonna force us to imbibe the quality of the planet Mars within us. You need to be unstoppable at this point in time. I mean, when the planet Mars aspects the Taurus sign. You know, the interesting thing about Mars moving into the Libra sign is that the lord of this zodiac sign, the ruler of this zodiac sign is the planet Venus. And Mars will be throwing its eighth aspect on the Taurus sign, which is also ruled by Venus. So at this point in time, the planet Mars will try to control the zodiac sign of Taurus. You know, the planet Mars and Venus are neutral to each other. I mean, they are neither enemies of each other, nor they are friends of each other. They are neutral to each other. So at this point in time, Mars will try to control the zodiac sign of Taurus. So during this time, if you were feeling afraid of any sort of relationship, if you were thinking that you might lose a relationship, then at this point in time, the planet Mars will give you the power to mend those relationships at this point in time. You know, it doesn't matter where your Taurus zodiac sign is in your horoscope, and whichever house that Taurus sign belongs to, this particular Mars will allay the fears relating to that particular house and make you win in that battlefield. You know, Mars is a very aggressive, a very bold planet, and it wants what it wants. He doesn't compromise with the second best. He wants the best for himself, and he or she is willing to put the hard work to achieve that thing. I'm talking about people who are ruled by the planet Mars. You know, this planet Mars is a warrior, and it is willing to give its blood, sweat, or tears for anything that he or she wants. As I told you that he is a commander, he is a general, he likes to dictate other people, he likes to teach other people. Mars is a relentless planet, and whatever it wants, it gets in life. You know, Mars doesn't bother about loss or profit. And if you don't obey his commands, if you don't obey Mars, then you are gonna be in its bad books. And the planet Mars is gonna remove you from his or her life. Mars doesn't want to listen to anybody. Mars has an ego, and if you hurt his ego, then he's gonna come after you. I mean, he's gonna take revenge for that, and they would even bear a loss to keep that ego in them. But finally, I want to tell you all that the planet Mars is forgiving. However bold, however aggressive, however ruthless Mars might be, ultimately it forgives the other person. So these are some of the qualities that the planet Mars will infuse in the zodiac sign of Taurus when it throws its eighth aspect on the Taurus sign. Well, now let me start predicting about all the moon signs, all the ascendant signs. Well, let me start with people who are having an Aries moon sign, Aries ascendant. This particular eighth aspect of Mars will be in your second house. So, at this point in time, you will try to control your family. You will try to suggest them. You will try to advise them with love. And if they don't listen to you, then you are gonna command them at this point in time. You are also gonna try and save some money at this point in time. Well, for Taurus moon sign, Taurus ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its eighth aspect on your ascendant or over your moon sign. So at this point in time, you are gonna control your mind. You are gonna control your mind, your spirit, and your soul. You are gonna be very determined at this point in time to achieve all your goals and dreams during this time. You would be very stubborn at this point in time, and you tell your near and dear ones that it is my way or the highway. All your past diseases and illnesses might finish at this point in time. Well, for Gemini moon sign, Gemini ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its eighth aspect on your 12th house. So during this time, you will be in a damage control mode. You will try to control the things which has been damaged in your life. I mean, if you had a bad relationship and then at this point in time, you will try to make amends in that relationship. You will try to recover all your losses at this point in time, and you would be successful in doing so. Well, for Cancer moon sign, Cancer ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its eighth aspect on the 11th house. So during this time, you would become a bit greedy, and that would be very good for you, because you will feel that it is time for you to accumulate wealth. It is time for you to gain monetarily in this life. You will become very selfish at this point in time, and you wouldn't let anyone come in between you and money at this point in time. In other words, you would want to gain monetarily at this point in time at all costs. Well, for Leo moon sign, Leo ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its eighth aspect on your 10th house. So you are gonna work towards power and status. You will ensure that you get the respect, admiration from your bosses, from your colleagues at this point in time. You will want all that respect from the people who are near you. I mean, your near or dear ones, your neighbors, etc., etc., etc. And if someone disrespects you at this point in time, you are not gonna keep them in your life. Well, for Virgo moon sign, Virgo ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its eighth aspect on your 9th house. So during this time, you yourself will become a teacher. You are gonna teach yourself at this point in time. You are not gonna listen to anyone in this world. I mean, their suggestion, their advices, because at this point in time, you will feel confident about your ideas and plans at this particular moment, and you are gonna implement your ideas and plans during this time. Well, for Libra moon sign, Libra ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its eighth aspect on the 8th house. So you are gonna make some efforts to transform your life at this particular moment. You are gonna make a conscious attempt to change your life at this moment. You are gonna be very determined about changing your life at this particular moment. You wouldn't be liking that monotonous routine of yours, and hence you will change things in your life, and you will want your near or dear ones, your friends, your loved ones to also change with you. You will be willing to accept any sort of challenge at this point in time, because this particular Mars will give you the strength, the power, the determination to move forward in your life with those challenges. Well, for Sagittarius moon sign, Sagittarius ascendant people, this Mars will be throwing its 8th aspect on your 7th house. So for those people who are doing a business, it is gonna be a great time for y'all. And if you were in any sort of a strained relationship with your spouse, then at this point in time, let me assure you that you are gonna reconcile with your spouse. You are gonna reconcile with your spouse by showing your authority and dominion over them at this point in time. You will reconcile with your spouse on your terms and conditions at this point in time. You will convince your spouse that you are right in what you are saying. In general, your relationships at this point in time are gonna improve. Well, for Capricorn Moon Sign, Capricorn Ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its 8th aspect on your 6th house. So during this time, you are gonna conquer your enemies. You are gonna make peace with your friends at this point in time. You are gonna conquer all your illnesses and diseases at this point in time. If you hadn't been paying your EMIs, your installments on time, then at this point in time, you will start paying those EMIs, those installments of that loan which you had taken. You might also convince your creditors at this point in time to give you some kind of relief in that loan which you had taken from them. All you need to be careful at this point in time is to drive your vehicle properly. Well, for Aquarius Moon Sign, Aquarius Ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its 8th aspect on your 5th house. So during this time, you are gonna have an upper hand on your love relationship, on your romantic relationships. Your love partner is gonna listen to you at this point in time, and they are gonna agree with you in anything and everything at this point in time. You are gonna convince them that the relationship y'all are in is a beneficial one for y'all. And for those people who are wanting a love for themselves, this is an ideal time for y'all to approach that love partner of yours. I mean, that future love partner of yours. You may sound very convincing to them at this particular moment. And for students, this is gonna be an excellent time for y'all. Please do not gamble in the stock market at this point in time. Well, for Pisces Moon Sign, Pisces Ascendant people, this particular Mars will be throwing its 8th aspect on your 4th house. So you are gonna be very disciplined at this point in time. You are gonna follow your routine to the hilt at this point in time. And your discipline is gonna make you experience happiness at this point in time. You are gonna be very proud of yourself being disciplined at this point in time, because you will see that you are getting a lot of profits from this particular discipline. You can also buy a property at this point in time, or you could rent one. I mean, you could change your residence at this point in time. You would also be inclined in investing in your business, in your electronic gadgets at this point in time, which would give you a lot of profits in the future. Well, this is my general analysis about Mars throwing its 8th aspect on different houses. If you want some specific predictions about yourself, then you can contact me directly. Well, like I always say, that if you wish to know your future through astrology, and you are determined to live the best possible version of yourself, well, one must always try to live his or her best version of themselves, because there is only one life to live. There are no duplicates of a life. And if you want to boost your luck in your life, if you want to enhance your luck in your life, if you want to increase and improve your luck in your life, then I have several remedies for you. These remedies are a fusion of religious remedies, godly remedies, astrological remedies, and Vastu remedies. Well, these remedies will help you to earn more money in your life. It is gonna show you success and prosperity in your life. It is gonna make you experience richness in your life. It is gonna make you a positive person in your life. It is gonna make you experience peace, tranquility, and calmness in your life, which is most important for human beings. And if you are hell-bent on taking your life from the ridiculous to the sublime, from the low point to the high point, from nothing to something, then you can contact me over WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number has been given on this video. Have a great day and a great time ahead. God bless you all. Jai Mata Di. Jai Ma Kali.